Yo, what's going on, everybody? GMG Goldmouth Gamer here with week two of episode of my Dynasty year 2029 with Florida State. We got a big time matchup here, man. Huge matchup. Luckily, we get it at home. We got an elite team coming in. If you ever been following my Dynasty series, you can follow it in the link. There's a lot of things going on this game that are going to have some pretty big implications. First and foremost, West Virginia is ranked number 9. They're in the ACC as opposed to the Big 12 in real life. They're in the ACC conference. Um, they've got a ton of talent, and they've got possibly the best quarterback in the country, and he has currently the highest rating at quarterback in my dynasty. As you can see him ranked with a 98, a 90 in speed at 6'5", 230. That's just absolutely crazy. But we gotta face them. I was looking over their roster. As you can see, they've got 3 linemen that are ranked in the 90s, and that's gonna be tough. I've got a young line. Most of them are really getting their feet wet, and these are some elite linemen that they're gonna go against today. So hopefully, we can make the best situation happen and just come out with a W. Just gotta play smart. They've got a receiver, Larry Townsend, big guy, 6'4", 225. He's from Florida, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna take this game pretty serious. Um, they've got an All-American cornerback. Oh, and Larry Townsend actually won a Biletnikoff last year. Um, they've got a tough corner, also from Florida. So All-American cornerback. They've got 2 stud linebackers, McAfee and another guy. I forget his name, but they've got a ton of talent. Ton of talent. But my biggest concern is this guy at quarterback, absolute monster. So we've got our hands full in this game. A lot of you guys probably didn't pay attention to my last article, but I do have a couple of house rules where I do a random roll, and I explained it in my forum online that it increases the chances of me having injuries. Since I am playing in exhibition mode, injuries won't carry over from week to week. Well, in this case, it does once I do a random roll, and if a number pops up for that random roll, that player is injured. So I had no injured players, but I had 3 players that had violations. 2 players were violated for team rules. They're suspended 3 games, and I got a guy that's suspended for violating NCAA rules. And unfortunately, all 3 of those guys are impact players. One is my right tackle, Bob Martin. So I got to figure out who I'm going to shuffle in his spot for that game. That's going to be very interesting. And the second one is Sherrod Bonner. He had a pretty good game against Maryland. He's a reserve, but he is big time. So that's going to help my depth. That's going to hurt my depth, rather. And probably the biggest hurt of them all is Bahada Maddox, my nickel guy. And in my system, he's the Hawk position. And he's the one that violated NCAA rules. So I have to find somebody to play that position, which is one of the most important positions in my 3-3-5 defense. And yeah, that's going to really hurt. He had 2 interceptions last week against Maryland, 1 for a touchdown. So he was a 5-star coming out of high school. So that's really going to put a dent in my plans. I don't have a viable backup yet. I went the wrong way, by the way. Don't judge me. But yeah, that's gonna really hurt. I don't really have a viable backup. I got a redshirt senior and a redshirt sophomore, I believe, as the backup to him. So yeah, man, this is really gonna be big time. So and we're probably gonna face one of the best passing attacks, and there he is, man. Yeah, that hurts. That really hurts. But Bahada Maddox is a 5-star coming out. Um, and who else I'm missing? Bonner at left end, or right end, rather. Yeah, I'm missing Bonner. That's going to hurt at reserve. And my starting right tackle, Bob Martin. So we got to figure out what we're going to do in regards to replacing those guys. But, hey, man, I hope you enjoy week 2 of this video. Before I continue on, though, I am gonna show the top 25. Here goes the autosave. If you see, we number nine against number 20. Top 25 really didn't change because I was in week 0 last week. We had a couple of teams that won, but one game this week that I probably will not really cover but show will be the game of the week, which put my game on ABC, or the primetime game, which is TCU and Texas A&M. TCU is in the SEC in my dynasty. TCU and, well, of course, Texas A&M is there too. That's going to be a Slavonaka, and that, you see, that was the primetime game, so I won't be able to play primetime, but that's going to be a pretty good game too. So hope you enjoy week 2. If you do, like, subscribe, hit that button at the bottom, and just enjoy the video, man. Just feel free to leave your comments, and also follow my Dynasty on Operation Sports. The link is at the bottom. But yeah, let's take a look. Peace.
It's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the valley of the sun in Glendale. Charles Davis, and before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams, and the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle them,
set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
and this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. They go play action here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play that time for the Titans. And even 40 yards. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Back to throw. And a big turnover there as he's going to get the ball back. now. They get ready to head back onto the field. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long, an early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
Here's Bridgewater. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
Is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Come on, let's go!
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. First time these two have picked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and not a good trade here. Game is interesting.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Grand 38! Grand 38!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Come on, let's go! Grand 38!
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Here we go! What? 90! What? 90!
From the gun, Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, He might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down.
Out come the Titans now. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be second and very short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it,
that 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. A gain of a yard, it's going to bring up 35.
it's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
All right, here we go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they'll start with great field position and the 51-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they throw an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got that frustrated right now.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps do they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Let's just go to the football 101, the trend expression 101. Make 1st down, make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down, and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Let's go. 1-9. 1-9.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Over the middle, complete. It's Carr. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 15 yards there on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there and stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
38. Brand 38. Ohio. Ohio. Hut.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, that's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
Bridgewater. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Great effort there. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have taken the early lead.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. Racing going 3 wide, it's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Point after here coming up. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes this general once more, leading his offense back on the field. And they look to rebound with the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
Through the interception, he had to come to the sideline. I'm guaranteeing his first play wasn't about the interception itself, but what can we say? And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Here we go now.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
That's like his 2020. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. They opened up the big hole last time. This time they opened up the hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Now let's go.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete here. And Charles, gotta like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And the Saints signal for another timeout. And that's
Defense.
their Second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he stays up. Wide open receiver complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
On play action, they'll throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have. There wasn't a little bit of something.
You have to think on early downs like that first down there. You need to be a little bit more careful.
Unfortunately for him, he's got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Here they come, here they come, here they come.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Right there. Game, baby.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Back to throw here. And he's got his man on the out route. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll look to throw again. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. In for the score. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
This has to be great for the psyche of this offense. Presented with bad field position, they didn't let it stop them. They rolled downfield and scored a touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all, and it ends with a Tennessee score. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep.
Your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Here's Gillisley. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. That was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz call on the play. Not a responsibility, but he saw an opportunity, saw that, and he took it.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good gain, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now, prior to the snap, we hit all zeros as time has run out on the 1st quarter of play. It's a tight game here early. Back to Glendale after this timeout.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Here to begin the 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the 1st half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front.
False start, offense.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
They stay on the ground. This is Gillisley again. And he stopped immediately there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Saints on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is third down and 12. Bridgewater now. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. Sheds off the tackle. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
All the way down to the zone here for first.
Let's go. What? 90.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Steps away to his left. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a third and 2 more.
This is how offensive coordinators earn their money. He thought he was ahead of the curve after first down.
Got 7 yards first down play, but then you get stuffed there on second down, maybe just a yard out of it. Now your advantage is evaporated. The Saints on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Let's go. Grand 38.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. And they got 3 yards. That's enough for conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully. That doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to get your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks on, and get there.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Trying to pound it in, Kamara. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Ohio. Ohio. Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Ohio. Ohio.
Off the play fake. Bridgewater. And his pass incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
And the blitz does come. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th. There was the pressure you were talking about, force the incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure.
And that is going to be no good. He pushed it wide to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the 3rd. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. So far, defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done. Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him a little bit too much.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 30. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point attempt to come here. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And they want to go back to that one. First play of the drive here for 15 for first down.
It's so fun to tackle well against these guys. But you're not going to. It's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
It's usually going to take only one man to get him down, and it did right there. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here we go. What? 90.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. He sets to fire deep. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Come on, let's go.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Pushes over him.
That's just not right.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 31 yards there on first down.
One part I have to say they're calling the right defense there. Like they said, good defensive back on the field. They will run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there.
Flex round. Flex round.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Now a handoff to Ingram. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level and quick Make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Bridgewater from the gun on third down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. On play action, it's Bridgewater. This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Saints are back within a score. Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a pickup of only a yard. And it'll bring up a second down.
Everyone's going to be able to catch the ball. Doesn't matter what position you play. If you're on offense, beware, a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes it second and 9. Back to throw here. Keeps himself upright. Looking deep down. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now a shotgun snap. He's going to look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. In for the score. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here.
Come on, let's go.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down. Start to drive 12 yards.
Talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in the offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard of a double A-gap blitz? Well, what is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, that's 2 guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
Come on, let's go.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. He finds some open field here. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there, and his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Let's go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
Now they try the right side here. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Come on, let's go.
They go play action. Bridgewater forced out to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there, 60 yards. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Now the try here for the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and this is back to a 5-point game. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Let's go. 3-19.
And they'll go on the ground. And an alley to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go now.
Back to throw now on first down. And that's incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
And he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. 40 yards. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, and he's got him in the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing is Bridgewater. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Ohio! Ohio! Come on, let's go! What? 9?
Bridgewater being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Taken from just outside the 30. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they got completion. The ball's almost there, and someone sneaks a hand or two in, and back to the line.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And they'll run it here. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And now running right through it. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? Will they have to stop you? You take the charge.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. They're going to face a 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense follow.
He's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Now back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Holding offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That play was a very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. On now the Titans punter, standing right around the midfield stripe. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, they just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on second down.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him 15 yards.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. Call it the game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. He's right there.
You want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Throwing, Bridgewater. They've got his man, complete. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 83 yards. And the Saints are back within a score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not voting. But I am excited about this. I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he's got some space here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And some room to run now. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw, and it's caught. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Dancing to his left, and the Titans are in for 6. Touchdown. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. So here are the Titans now as they'll again go for 2. He'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Off down near the 5.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. Just take it all the way back and 2 punches up, right?
And not the case here. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially the outside. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Let's go.
First down, Bridgewater. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he'll take it in the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Saints have cut it back within a score.
Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. 1 play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer in the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game. Really been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Titans on third down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 11.
All right, here we go.
They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete.
Don't hurry. That one right out the window there. He was hurrying from fast. That ball had to be getting rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
This is brought in at the 21. Sidesteps him at the 35. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. So at the start of this game, it looked like the defense was wearing him down a little bit. Now you look at the numbers, that's kind of flipped.
I agree with you totally. His offensive line has really started to play well. The best offensive line coaches I've ever talked to, they have great runners. You know what they tell their guys? Relax. You don't have to be perfect. Get as many guys as you can, but if you leave one free, the great runner will either make him miss or go through him. So don't worry about that. You don't have to be so precise. Just go ahead, block some people, try and create some room, and allow him to go to work.
And now running right through him. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there, and Rothbard knows on the football. He's going to have a 1st down.
Rothbard, I know this type of running back. Having this size, this intensity, usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager, you come running down on top of this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Ingram again, a 1st down carry. Oh, good move. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back.
Holding offense.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Come on, let's go. White, 90. White, 90. Flex round, flex round. Flex round, flex round.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And he will find his man on the outside. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Come on, let's go. White, 90.
2nd down, Bridgewater. Flushed out right.
He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get that great push, and they create this space, and he takes off.
Here we go.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Flex round. Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Steps away to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open, but you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down. Right? Can you envision putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at what he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. Frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down. Keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And the Saints signal for another timeout, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Now let's go.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Hurry up, here we go.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe we'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And that might be Titan football. It is.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The Titans go victory formation down to a knee. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.